Hi everyone, welcome back to Crafts with Mike. We have our first crafting session here today, and to kickstart the channel off, because obviously I've decided to do some crafting, I found this in the works, and basically it is a fairy that you paint. Now obviously we're very limited to colours we can use, which is yellow, red, blue and white, but obviously we do know that if you mix colours it does create a new colour. Now obviously the fairy here comes in this little pack. You also get another paintbrush, so I've got two now, which is quite nice. That paintbrush has come from a different project, so we'll use this one. But this is basically, it feels like ceramic. It's quite, I think it's plaster or whatever they call it. But as you can see, this is the fairy that we've got here today. Now obviously if you was to drop that, it will smash to pieces, because this type of stuff this is feels like plaster. But as you can see, we've got quite a lot to do. What I'm going to do is, to start this off, I want to start with the base and then we'll work our way up. So what I'm going to do with this is we're going to tilt it down ever so carefully, and that will give us a starting point. If we just move it up a bit, we'll start about there, so you can see that we've got round about, just about there to do. Whoops, camera's playing up. So we'll start this off. Now you get a very limited amount of paint, so obviously we've got to put it on as best we can and then not use any, you know, try not to use it all up. But as you can see, oh, that's not coming up very well. Problem is with this white is it's mingling in with the white base that we've got here, so okay, that could be a bit of a problem, but carry on. Not happy with this. Okay, so we might have to, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave that for the minute, because I feel like we're working on white on white. So what I will do is I think what I'd like to do is, if I use my other paintbrush, because obviously that one's got white paint on it, I think what I'd like to do is give her a red dress. Just trying to think what would be best here, because obviously we can't get, yeah, I think what I'll do is I'll give her a red dress from here. I've never done anything like this before, so this is all new to me. So yeah, we'll give her a red dress, I think. So yeah, so give her a lovely, see how this comes up. Oh yeah, you can see the difference here. Now obviously it's going to be a bit wish-washy until obviously we get the other coat on, because we are going to have to do another coat here. And you can see that's just got on that part there, but the other colour will do that. You can tell I'm not very good at painting, but I bought this because it's, you know, it's something crafty, and I thought, do you know what, this will give us something really, really lovely to do, and it will also test my paint skills. The idea is that you paint it evenly, so you don't put too much on and you don't put too less on, so you want a nice even coat without it being too thick. Okay, so we'll try and get that around there. Got to go right down that crevice here, but we've got, her arm is like literally quite near it. So as you can see, I'm going around the edge here, because this tutu bit at the top, or this little piping, that will be another colour. So yeah, I mean, as I said, it will look a bit wish-washy for the time being, until, you know, that dries. And then once that dries, depending how it looks, I will go over it again. I don't know if you're supposed to add water with this, because some paints they require a little bit of water with it, but I'm just going to go with the flow on this one. Okay, I'm just going to try and get down there a little bit more. It's so challenging getting this, you know, right to the end part that we need, because obviously if it's going to be another colour, the problem is if you dab it too much, you've then got to go over and fix where you've dabbed it too much, because then you've got to fix the colour that you've gone over with the different colour as well as the new colour. You get me? So I think with this, I'm liking the idea of using a yellow with this, so I might do a yellow. See how we get on. So I got this from a shop called The Works.co.uk, and it's one of their new additions. So I thought, well, do you know what, fairy, you know, that would be quite good for, you know, that little fairy that's in whatchamacallit, Peter Pan. So I thought, yeah, that would be good. So yeah, obviously we're going to get flecks of paint here that will slightly spill, but obviously once this is dry we will go back over and yeah, so that's that. So I'm happy with that. What I then want to do is, obviously we've got some flecks here, so while we've still got the red out, I need to, oh, I don't know actually. Let's do this section here, because we've got a lovely little colour here. That's what I'm talking about, lovely brush strokes like that. So obviously you don't want to go like that, you want to keep it in one flow direction. Because if you go like that, you're going to muck the thing up. I mean, it's entirely up to you, but with me, I like to do, you know, just one flow. Okay. Lovely. Quite happy with this choice, I think. So yeah, I got the inspiration to do like a crafting channel from one of my friends that I watch. She does crafts and she lives in Birmingham. So she's always in like crafty shops buying things like crafts, and she like, there you can get these things like milk bottles and she'll totally transform it. She'll paint it up and stuff like that. So yeah, I can see a little bit of Solange there. So yeah, and then obviously we'll work our way round as best we can. Now I'm obviously mindful that I've got to do another coat. It's always nice doing the first coat, because the first coat you get to see it, you know, transform with the colour. But when you do a second coat, it's quite difficult to see where you've painted over. So yeah. I've had this for about a week now, and it's quite nice to get, you know, started on it. This channel, I have no plans to do any lives, but yeah. So I don't know if you can see that there. Oh yeah, that right. So that's where we got. Now this will look a bit of a state for the minute. I mean, I'm unsure if that's part of the dress or if that's some sort of, you know, pedestal. But yeah, I think what we'll do next is we'll do this flaky part before, because obviously it's going to be there, but we need to put some plops in. could be a little tricky. So yeah, I might just go around the back of here a bit, give it a little bit of Solange. So what I'm doing here is, as you can see, there's little specks of white on this. So obviously I'm trying to feel where I want it. Now, that, I'm going to go back to the white for the minute, because I want to see if I can get some of this white on. I mean, it's not very good because obviously you've got white on white, but if we can try and see what I mean, you can barely see that that's been painted, so it's a little bit annoying that, but it is what it is. Now this will need another coat. So yeah. And obviously, if you've got a bit of colour mix, as you can see on the arm here, don't go over it instantly because you'll end up with a colour mix. So yeah, that could be a little bit of a problem. I really am liking this white because you can't really see it. I think this might have to be a colour for a different time. I can see this white colour having to be quite a, you know, 3 or 4 coats. What I'm doing is I'm just putting the base on it first, and then once it's dried, we then can work over the, you know, the part that we can do. I'm going to leave that part there for the minute because we need to wait for that little red speck there to dry. So while we're waiting for that, I think what I'd like to do is we will do a little bit more, but we'll get some of the yellow in now. So we'll get some of the yellow in. And see if we can get some onto there. So yeah, so this is the yellow. Okay, so I want to, yeah, that's beautiful. Okay, that's going to really work well and incorporate with the red. Now we do know that red and yellow makes blue, so, well, it might make purple actually. And obviously as you paint, you will get better and better at it. I remember doing something like this as a kid. I had this like clay dragon thing, and you had this plastic mould, and then you put clay around it, and then you paint it. So yeah, and then there was basically, you can see that I want to do a little bit of yellow, so these little strands. Actually, I think yellow and blue makes green. Okay, that just touched a bit of that dress, but we've got to go back over that, so that's fine. I don't know if that's a fleck. It looks like a bit like it, so I'll give it a go. It's quite a nice one, this, because we've got so many colours going on. That, I'm assuming, is a part of the dress. Okay. I'm not going to touch that too much, but... So, I think what we'll do is down here where we've got these little fleck parts, that's what I want to do. So I want to put the little specks of... You get me? And this was only £5. I did have a Simba one, but Hermes once again have ballsed it up. So yeah, I'll have to get round to ordering that again. So yeah. Okay, so what I want to do now is I'm going to go back to the white a minute, because what I want to do is I want to just see if I can get some of the leg done here. So yeah, if we can get some of this leg done. Really, they should have done like a pale pink, because this is very light, hard to see the colour white on this section. Okay, so I think I'll leave that there. We'll get it to dry, and you can see here that the arm is starting to dry. But we've done a good session. We've done a bit of the dress around the back there. We've done a bit of the arm, done a bit of the leg, and then obviously around the other leg, and then we've done sort of like the foot and toes bit. But yeah, we'll leave that there and see how we get on. And then once that's dry, that'll give me an idea of trying to get this dress in. Really, you need a much thinner brush, as you can see, because this has got a little bit of a flare on it. But yeah, and always you can use Terps or Spirit, White Spirit. Use that for getting your paint off, because that's great stuff. And obviously don't let your paintbrushes dry, always wash them out, because you will need them for the next colour. That is the Fairy. I'm going to call her, I was tempted to call her Thumbelina, but I'm going to call her Tinkerbell. You know, named after oh my god, Titanic. Named after Peter Pan. So yeah. Okay, so that will be coming to the channel on a Monday. So we'll see you then. Hope you like that video. Please remember to like, share and subscribe. And we'll see you next Monday for the next phase of Tinkerbell. Take care. Bye-bye.